This image is mainly about industrial sector. Firstly, the highest value of this image are manufacturing and transportation. Secondly, the lowest value of this image are construction, industrial sector, agriculture and utilities. In addition, it gives the information about 300, 250 and 200 and also about 150, 150. Finally, it shows the different types of color red, black, blue, purple with the highest value and lowest value. I think it is enough. Thank you so much.
The line graph is about pollutant emission by industrial sector. It is clear that there is a y-axis and a x-axis. In x-axis there is 300, 250, 200, 150, 150. And y-axis there is manufacturing, transportation, construction, agriculture, utilities. In conclusion, the highest one is 300, which one is red in manufacturing, and the lowest one is yellow, which one is agriculture in 50.
The image provided is a bar chart which gives information about pollutant emissions by industrial sector. Here in this picture, you can see manufacturing was around 300, transportation was around 250, and construction industrial sector was around 150, and agriculture was around 100, and utilities was around 200. Overall, we can say that the image provided gives information about pollutant emissions in industrial sector.
The bar graph gives information about a pollutant emissions by industrial sector. On the x-axis highlighted manufacturing, transportation, construction, industrial sector, agriculture and utilities. On the y-axis highlighted 50, 100, 150, 200, 250 and 300. The highest value is 300 which is covered by manufacturing and the lowest value is agriculture which is covered by 100. Overall, the bar graph gives information about the industrial sector.
This is a bar graph which shows information about pollutant emissions by industrial sector. First of all, it shows manufacturing, transportation, construction, industrial sector. Furthermore, it highlights agriculture and utilities. It is clear that the highest area is covered by 300 in manufacturing and the least area is covered by 100 in agriculture. Moreover, the data is 150 in construction industrial sector. Overall, it is now data for me to explain this bar graph.
This is a bar graph. These bar graphs provide information about pollutant emission by industrial sector. X-axis talks about manufacturing, transportation, construction, industrial sector, agriculture, and utilities. And y-axis talks about emission unit, that is 0 to 300. There are five colors, that is magenta, red, blue, green, and yellow. Overall, this picture is all about pollutant emission by industrial sector.
The following bar graph shows the pollutant emissions by industrial sector. The x-axis gives us main idea about the manufacturing, transportation, construction, industrial sector, agriculture and utilities. The y-axis is divided on the emission units from varying from 0 to 300. It is evident that manufacturing is the main cause of pollutant emission by industrial sector, followed by transportation, followed by utilities and construction industrial sector, and the least is due to agriculture. Moreover, the picture gives a great idea on the pollutant emissions by industrial sector.
The picture shows pollutant emission. On the left side, it shows the emission units, which is from 0 to 300. Below shows the industrial sector like manufacturing, transportation, construction, agriculture, and utilities. Manufacturing has the highest emission units, which is 300, represented by color green, followed by transportation, represented by color blue, and then utilities in violet. Agriculture has the lowest emission units and represented by color yellow. It gives us a very good information about pollutant emission by industrial sector, and in summary, manufacturing has the highest and agriculture.
The given picture is a bar graph which gives information about pollutant emissions by industrial sector. The major elements in the picture are emissions units and industrial sector. Firstly, it gives information about utilities whose value is 200. Similarly, the value of transportation is 250. Furthermore, important information about construction, industrial sector and agriculture can be seen, whereas the highest element is manufacturing with the value of 300 and the lowest element is agriculture with the value of 100.
The image provided is a bar graph that gives the information about the pollutant emissions by industrial sector. While the x-axis talks about the industrial sectors such as manufacturing, transportation, construction, agriculture, utilities, the y-axis talks about the emission in units ranging from 0 to 300. We can clearly see that manufacturing has the highest number of emissions in units, which is 300, and agriculture has the lowest. Overall, the picture was very informative.
This image gives information about pollutant emissions by industrial sector. There are many elements in this image. From the image, I can say that the highest value is manufacturing, which is indicated by red color. Now, the second highest value is transportations, which is indicated by blue color. If we talk about the lowest value is construction industrial sector, which is indicated by green color and 100%. This image is very informative and knowledgeable.
In this picture, we get to see a bar chart which talks about the pollutant emissions by industrial sector. In the x-axis, we get to see the different sectors, which is manufacturing, transportation, construction, industrial sector, agriculture, and utilities. In the y-axis, we get to see the estimates in units starting from 0 to 300. We get to see manufacturing has the major numbers, which is at 300, and the least is at agriculture. The close second is with transportation at around 250. We get to see and understand how the pollutant emissions are happening by industrial sector above the manufacturing, transportation, and different.
The bar graph gives information about pollutant emissions by industrial sector. On the x-axis mention about manufacturing, transportation, construction, agriculture, and utilities. On the y-axis mention about 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300. There are some categories like industrial sector and emission units. The highest value is 300 covered by manufacturing. The lowest value is 50% covered by agriculture. Overall, the bar graph is very informative.
The bar graph gives information about pollutant emissions by industrial sectors. The x-axis represents the industrial sectors such as manufacturing, transportation, construction, agriculture, and utilities. The y-axis represents the emissions units from 0 to 300. Firstly, there is a manufacturing which is around 300, transportation which is around 250, and construction which is around 150. Additionally, there is agriculture which is around 100, and utilities is around 200. The highest number is included in manufacturing, which is 300, and the lowest is agricultural, which is 100. To conclude, the image is informative.
The given bar graph gives information about the pollutant emission by industrial sectors such as manufacturing, transportation, construction, agriculture, and utilities. X-axis represents industrial sector, whereas y-axis represents emission units with the value ranging from 0 to 300 units. According to the bar graph, the maximum value is for manufacturing with the value of 300 units, whereas the minimum value is for agriculture, which has the value of 100 units. Similarly, the value for transportation is 250 units and value for construction is 150 units. Overall, the given bar graph gives information about the pollutant emission by different industrial sectors.